Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sam gets buried as Lulu wakes up. After Danny chased him out of the chapel before Sam's burial, Lucas ended up to Julian's grave, where he met Ava. She placed flowers on Julian's grave and commented, "My brother must be feeling awfully popular right now." Lucas mentioned that this was his first time visiting his father's cemetery since returning to Port Charles. Ava reassured Lucas that while Julian had made many mistakes, he still loved him, Sam, and Leo. "His children meant the world to him," Ava told me. She wanted to honor Julian by attending Sam's burial, but Lucas reminded his aunt that it was best if she did not go. "I choose to stay away because I respect Sam's family. That is my explanation for not attending church today." "What is yours?" Ava asked. Lucas explained what happened to Danny at the church. "When he saw me, he became quite upset. Danny feels it's my fault his mother died." Ava asked Lucas if he was. He stated that he could have been, but they would not know until they received the autopsy results. "I'll always wonder what more I could have done for my sister," Lucas remarked in response to Ava's question about whether he'd still feel bad if the autopsy report revealed he did nothing wrong. Ava later told Lucas that he was there for her just like my brother would want me to be. Ava told Lucas that Julian was lucky since he died before his daughter. "Burying a child is a pain I wouldn't wish on anybody, and I was glad he was spared that," Ava told me. At the church, Sam's loved ones sat somber and melancholy as the preacher led the funeral. Molly was the first in Sam's family to give a eulogy. Molly shed tears as she spoke about the Davis girls and how the four of them formed a fierce female family. "A bona fide force to be reckoned with," she told me. Molly proceeded to explain her late sibling. Sam tended toward silence. She was patient and transparent, without interruptions or judgment. "When I was practicing for my first trial as an official lawyer, I worked with Sam. I believe Sam heard that opening statement at least 35 times, Molly stated. Christina spoke next. "Molly is absolutely right." Christina teared up as she remarked, "When it came to support, Sam went above and beyond for everyone." She then mentioned how Sam would be her biggest helper if she got herself into trouble. "Sam would ride to my rescue, get me back on my feet, and tell me I was strong and capable, my own personal safety net," Christina went on. When Spinelli talked, he mentioned that Sam was one of the first individuals he had ever befriended. Spinelli recalled how Sam helped him become in shape so that he could date Maxie. "Sam offered me genuine friendship and respect," Spinelli remarked. Carly also spoke, reflecting on their long-standing rivalry and frenemy status. "When Sam got knocked down, she always came back swinging," she recalled. Elizabeth, like Carly, told Sam's loved ones that she and Sam had a falling out years ago but had since made apologies and became friends. "We clashed. We were quite hurtful to each other. But I can honestly tell that I don't regret anything because it made the spot we ended up even more enjoyable. We transformed from bitter adversaries to co-parents raising our children. I wish we could continue to grow as women and mothers, but I'm grateful for where we've arrived." "Thank you, Sam, for everything," Elizabeth replied wistfully. Lucky remarked about Sam's sacrifice. His sister Lulu was dying, and only a liver transplant would save her. After Lucky's and Nicholas' livers did not fulfill transplant standards, Sam stepped forward and donated a portion of her liver, resulting in her death. "My family will be forever in her debt," Lucky remarked as Alexis sobbed. Following Lucky, Dante finally spoke. He described how he had been in a really dark place a few years ago, but Sam helped him see the light before they fell in love. "Sam told me I could rebuild my life, but I couldn't use all the bad things that happened as an excuse to give up," Dante said the churchgoers, his voice choked up. Dante then told everyone about how he and Sam chose to move in together. "We tossed our gorgeous children together to create this mashup of a family and a home. Sam was the best mother. She was the most supportive partner. But she also happened to be the most badass outfielder the PCPD softball team has ever seen," Dante laughed as he choked back tears. Rocco quickly approached the podium and told everyone how Sam was like a mother to him while his own mother was in a coma. A mother treats you differently not because you share DNA, but because she believes you are special. That was Sam, Rocco explained. Sam gave me a lot, but by far the biggest gift she gave me was my brother and sister. Dad and I started a family when we truly needed one. That is how we will always be. A family. Jason then spoke, telling everyone that Sam knew he was never an excellent public speaker. Jason expressed his affection for Sam. I'm grateful for the years we had together. I am grateful for our son, whom we both adore. I am glad for Sam. She was one of the bravest and toughest people I've ever known, Jason stated. Danny took the podium after his father and spoke about things Sam enjoyed. She preferred a decent leather jacket, preferably black. She claimed a good one lasts a lifetime. Danny informed his sister, Scout, we'll keep hers so you can wear it when you're older. Finally, Sam's mother spoke. Alexis started with notes but soon put them aside and spoke from the heart. Alexis revealed that she and Sam had never really met until she was an adult. I have to tell you that the two greatest thrills in my life were discovering each other and then selecting one other. You say you can't choose your family, but we did, Alexis explained. I didn't simply love my daughter. I truly liked her. And I knew my leather-clad beauty would be there for me at any time. I felt that the only way to honor my beautiful, brave baby was to be as brave as she was, Alexis continued. After the service, Gio played the violin as Sam's friends and relatives left the church in tears. Alexis was the only one who remained, but Christina and Molly returned to be with their mother and comfort her. I just want one last moment with all my girls, Alexis remarked, recalling happy memories with Sam. The image then cut to Lulu lying in a coma at Turning Wood. Suddenly, Lulu's eyes opened for the first time in 4 years. Now that Sam has been buried, Jason must determine what to do about his son and their living situation. Danny has made it known that he wants to be with his father while simultaneously staying with his siblings, Scout and Rocco. Jason is unsure he can live in the Quartermain mansion with Danny without incident, so they sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk. Jason informs Danny that he and Drew do not get along at all. In reality, Jason caught Drew in the foyer the night before, which contributed to the strain in their relationship. Jason makes Danny pledge not to tell anybody about this, but does Jason make a sacrifice by agreeing to live with Danny in Monica's house for the time being? Lucky needs to decide whether or not to leave town. When Elizabeth becomes concerned, does Lucky inform her that he received an offer from the WSB and is considering accepting it? Liz is more concerned about Lucky's safety than ever before, but she recognizes that Lucky is a restless person who can't stay in one place for long. However, she must also consider her son. Aiden truly needs his father. Elizabeth informs Lucky that he has some difficult options to make. Dante tells Christina that he blames himself for Sam's death. Image source, ABC. Dante and Christina meet in Sam's penthouse to pack some belongings. Dante informs Christina that he seeks justice for Sam. However, he is concerned that Sam has died as a result of his actions. Meanwhile, Portia phones Lucas to inform him that they have the results of Sam's autopsy. Did the coroner find evidence of foul play? Lulu eventually opened her eyes after Sam's funeral. Cyrus pays her a visit with his trusty Bible, and she appears to be asleep again. He swears to defend his niece, but is he doing so out of guilt? After all, the bomb he had Julian put at the floating rib caused Lulu's prolonged coma. General Hospital spoilers say that the soap recently released its preview video for the week of November 18th to 22nd, and it appears that the proverbial drama is ready to hit the fan. 3 important events appear to be on the horizon: Sam McCall's burial, Lulu Spencer's awakening, and the release of the autopsy results. Fans should brace themselves for some emotionally heated times ahead. The teaser includes a scene in which Danny Morgan essentially blames Lucas Jones for his mother's death. It appears to occur shortly after Sam's funeral. Lucas has already struggled with guilt, so seeing his nephew have a tantrum over his mother's murder and point the finger at him would be terrible for both him and the audience. Jason Morgan will have a heart-to-heart with Danny over the next days and may be able to persuade the kid to shun the blame game. He may tell his son that Lucas tried everything he could to save Sam and that he is in the same pain as Danny. Additional teasers hint that Lucas and his Aunt Ava Jerome will find common ground. Ava is the town outcast at this point, so the notion that they will agree on anything is alarming. Why would Dani blame Lucas for Sam's death? Could the autopsy results be released before her funeral? Could there be something in the report that suggests malpractice during surgery or post-care? Dani could only get caught up in his emotions and question why Uncle Lucas didn't do more to revive his mother. However, if the study suggests Lucas is to blame, this might produce significant drama throughout the community, as there would be people who despise Lucas' activities and those who support him and his work ethic. The entire storyline might divide Sam's loved ones on opposite sides of the issue, so how bad could things get? General Hospital spoilers suggest that tampering was involved in Sam's death. Some suspect Cyrus Renault injected digitalis into her bag, causing her heart attack. However, will this be revealed in the initial autopsy report, or will additional information be required? General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, November 19th, state that Sam McCall's funeral will formally begin at the church, so expect some gloomy PC residents. Alexis Davis will have a particularly difficult time keeping it together, but Molly Lansing Davis and Christina Corinthos Davis will be there to help their mother as much as they can. In the cemetery, Ava Jerome will run into Lucas Jones and explain why she is not attending the service. It could come down to not feeling welcome and not wanting to exacerbate the sorrow of an already difficult situation. However, Ava will be interested as to why Lucas is not present, so he may reveal that Dani Morgan simply blew out at him. Dani blamed Lucas for Sam's death and kicked him out, therefore Lucas may argue that Dani was correct. Of course, Ava will not believe it, but she will welcome the opportunity to bond with Lucas regardless. There will undoubtedly be some discussion about Julian Jerome and how proud he was of his children, even though he was never able to have a decent relationship with them. Meanwhile, it will be a momentous day for Lulu Spencer, who is about to open her eyes. Lulu will finally awaken in Tuesday's GH episode, marking Alexa Haven's debut in the recast role. Randall Miles will also appear as Dr. Redmond in the next few of episodes. This documentary will take the lead in assisting Lulu with her navigation and will provide some amazing updates to her family shortly. Lulu has been in a coma for 4 years, so she has missed a lot and will need to catch up someday. However, overwhelming Lulu with too much information at once is not a good idea. Laura Collins, Lucky Spencer, and Rocco Falconeri will be alerted of Lulu's wake-up call at some point, so they'll have some good news after all the tragedy during Sam's funeral. General Hospital spoilers suggest Lulu's coma waking will be exciting, so stay tuned for more predictions on where the story will go from here. General Hospital spoilers indicate that a new preview video has been released for the week of November 18, 2024. It depicts Dani Morgan erupting at Sam McCall's wedding. The priest encourages the grieving to consider living in a way that honors Sam. Plus, Lulu Spencer finally awakens. Continue reading to discuss the GH teaser clip. Sam McCall's final goodbye. According to GH spoilers for the week of November 18th, it will be time to say goodbye to Sam once and for all. As loved ones fill the church, the priest stands in the front. The priest discusses respecting Samantha by living with purpose and hope. Sam's loved ones are also invited to spread the legacy he left behind. That may be easier said than done, especially if it turns out Sam was murdered. GH spoilers, funeral day. Maxie Jones and Damian Spinelli sat together in the back row of the pews. Dani and Alexis Davis. Nancy Lee Grahn and Christina Corinthos Davis are at the front. Nina Reeves and Drew Kane Quartermain sat on the center row. Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson sit beside Drew. A child's crayon drawing has been propped up in front of the chapel. There is also a framed photo of Sam, which is quite gorgeous in pink. Dani Morgan's funeral explosion. General Hospital spoilers for the week of November 18th state that the promo footage depicts Dani blowing up. Dani gets up in the middle of Sam's funeral service. Dani spins around, pointing his finger at Lucas Jones. Dani accuses Lucas of being to blame for Sam's death, adding, "You're the one who let my other die." Clearly, this is a major ordeal for Dani. Those are really powerful feelings, and a child Dani's age does not yet have the ability to reason with them. So we expect Dani to act out in significant ways. perhaps in ways that only Jason Morgan can assist Danny with. General Hospital spoilers, week of November 18, 2024. In the final shot in the promotional video, Lulu abruptly opens her eyes. Lulu will be shocked when she finds out how long she has been in a coma. Lulu may also behave differently when she wakes up. When Lulu discovers that Sam died to give her a chance at life, she may experience a range of complex emotions. When one chapter of GH closes, another begins, so stay tuned. Which narrative are you most looking forward to in the week of November 18, 2024? Share your opinions in the comments area below. Remember to keep watching ABC soap operas to see what happens next. The General Hospital spoilers for Monday, November 18, show that Maxie Jones discussed the flowers she chose for the service with Sam McCall. When Lucas Jones appeared, he stated he believed Sam would approve. Lucas also hated himself for Sam's unfortunate end, believing he never should have been her surgeon. Maxie, on the other hand, emphasized that Sam knew exactly what she was doing and urged Lucas to trust her judgment. Drew Quartermaine summoned Nina Reeves to assist him in covering up his wounded face, but Scout Quartermaine, Danny Morgan, and Rocco Falconeri caught a sight of him before she arrived. That raised suspicions, so Drew claimed he walked into a door and attempted to reassure a concerned Scout. Danny stated to Rocco that he believed Drew lied to cover what actually happened. Later, Nina arrived and assisted Drew by applying makeup to conceal the majority of the bruising. Drew speculated that Jason must have learned about the kiss with Willow Corinthos and reacted accordingly. While Drew was updating Nina, Rocco learned that Jason was to blame and was stunned by the news. Danny placed Scout's drawing on the casket, along with some flowers. When Lucas returned, Danny told him to leave because he was the one who caused Sam's death. Lucas did as instructed and dashed toward the door. Cody Bell tried his hardest in the kitchen to cheer up Dante Falconeri, but he was afraid he had made matters worse. Olivia Quartermaine disagreed, suggesting that Dante needed Cody's help. Alexis Davis was sad because she damaged a bracelet Sam gave her for Mother's Day and would not be able to wear it at the funeral. Molly Lansing Davis moved it to the other room in the hopes of repairing it. When Molly returned, she overheard Christina Corinthos Davis discussing the baby and referring to her as Adela, so she stepped outdoors to cool down rather than blasting her. Rick Lansing dropped by with a hug and tickets to a performance for Molly's birthday, which she appreciated. Alexis discovered Rick was there and discreetly told him to leave her property, so Rick slapped back before leaving. TJ Ashford also attended to support Molly and apologized for his own birthday mishap. Christina eventually reconciled with Molly, who embraced her rather than fighting on the day of Sam's burial. Kai Taylor stopped by Jocelyn Jacks and Trina Robinson's residence, hoping to speak with Trina. Trina first resisted, but Jocelyn persuaded her to listen to him. Kai gave a speech about his good memory and willingness to study. Kai wanted to be Trina's classmate again because he had not abandoned his comrades. Kai also offered that Trina attend a football game and try his favorite sport. At GH, Elizabeth Baldwin sat Aidan Weber down to tell him that Lucky Spencer might be departing, although Aidan had already predicted this himself. At Bobby's, Jack Brennan appeared and claimed he was the man who saved Lucky's life. Lucky eventually got a job offer because the WSB needed help gathering intel. It would allow Lucky to continue working with refugees in the same place. If Lucky agreed, Brennan could have him on a plane within 24 hours. Liz arrived shortly after and learned about Brennan's job offer, so she questioned whether Lucky was really going to leave again. According to General Hospital spoilers, Lucky will face a difficult decision, but we know he will return in the end. General Hospital teasers indicate that Jason Morgan may soon find himself in a difficult predicament. Thanks to his eavesdropping, Rocco Falconeri discovered Jason was to blame for Drew Quartermaine's bruised face. The news definitely startled Rocco in GH's November 18th episode, so he may not be in a hurry to inform Danny Morgan. Of course, Danny may eventually start guessing about who might have beaten Drew up and make an incorrect assumption. That might lead to Rocco admitting that Jason was to blame. It's also feasible that Danny may notice that Rocco knows more than he's admitting and urge him to reveal the truth. In either case, Rocco may confess to what he overheard and claim Jason was responsible for the attack. Danny virtually worships his father, so he might suggest Jason doesn't do that to Scout Quartermaine's father, especially immediately before Sam McCall's burial. Perhaps Danny will passionately defend Jason, resulting in a fight with Rocco. Danny could easily accuse Rocco of lying and lash out in a dramatic way. Jason could appear during the disagreement to affirm that Rocco is telling the truth. As difficult as it may be for Danny to hear, Jason may concede that he is responsible for Drew's injuries. Naturally, Danny may wonder why Jason would do such a thing. Jason will definitely not want to go into detail about Drew's relationship with Willow Corinthos, so he may have to keep it vague. Maybe Jason will admit that Drew wounded someone he cares about and blame it on his fury. Jason might tell Danny not to follow in his footsteps and apologize if this exacerbated an already difficult situation for Danny and Scout. Danny's connection with Jason appears to be similar to Carly Spencer's in terms of trusting Jason's judgment. Even when Carly disagrees with Jason's activities, she understands that everything he does is for a good purpose. Danny may ultimately have the same mindset as Jason when it comes to pursuing Drew. Whatever the case, Jason will have a sincere talk with Danny later this week, which may provide some Drew updates and clarification. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Jason will have more parental issues without Sam, so we'll keep you updated on any other developing drama. As Jason was watching Drew's acceptance speech at the Brown Dog, Michael strolled in and offered to pay the bartender to turn it off. Jason was perplexed and told Michael that he suspected Michael and Drew were close. "We were until he started kissing my wife," Michael explained. Jason was taken aback by the news and inquired whether Michael and Willow were experiencing problems. Michael described how he discovered Drew and Willow had kissed, went immediately to the Brown Dog, and ran into Sasha. "I slept with Sasha, so now I made everything worse, and now I think my marriage is over," Michael told me. Michael explained that he and Willow were constantly lying to one another and did not trust each other. He still wished his marriage to succeed, but he didn't believe it was possible. "We both slept with other people," Michael explained. Jason called Michael back up because he thought Drew and Willow had kissed. "That's what they admitted, but I discovered that Willow and Drew are sleeping together. What if Willow is in love with Drew?" Michael asked. Michael never thought Willow could be unfaithful, but he admitted he was a hypocrite because he had slept with Sasha. Jason suggested Michael listen to Willow. "I'm afraid she'd say there's no future for us," Michael sighed. Spinelli arrived after Michael had left to provide an update on Jason's quest for Valentine. Jason believed they should focus on Brennan. Spinelli lamented that Sam would be ideal for this role. Jason then sought counsel from Spinelli, his father. Alexis scolds Rick after his unexpected visit, and Rocco overhears the last thing Drew wants him to. Today on General Hospital, Alexis, Molly, and Christina prepare for the funeral. Drew tries to keep the kids in the dark about Jason's beating, and Lucas continues to blame himself, and he's not alone. On today's General Hospital, Maxie is talking to Sam's photo during her funeral preparations, complaining that she isn't getting all of the flower arrangements correct. She then reminisces about her companion, just as Lucas enters and remarks that his sister would approve of the yellow flowers. He's behaving depressed, however, and Maxie wants to know what's up with him. He doesn't believe today would have occurred if he had not been Sam's surgeon. He should have known better. He knew better. He's determined to accept responsibility for what happened. After going over everything, all he can think of is that he made a mistake, but he couldn't figure out what. Maxie tries to reassure him that horrible things do happen. Furthermore, he's taking the easy route out of this by blaming himself. GH's Lucas looks sadly at Maxie moments before Sam's burial. Sam never made decisions based on sentiment, and she was never wrong. Lucas continues to say it was on him. "I believe in Sam. She trusted you, now trust her." Taylor arrives at Trina and Jocelyn's, only to have the door shut in his face by Trina. She snaps at Joss for answering the door, but her roommate convinces her to give Kai a chance, especially because she does it for Ava. Jocelyn goes to prepare for Sam's burial, reminding Taylor that he owes her. Inside, he wants to make his case to Trina to give him another chance. He stammers out some apologies and explanations, saying he understands that art history is difficult, but he wants to learn about it and is willing to put in the effort. Would she simply turn away someone who came into the art gallery to learn? She'd chat to him, but it was a conversation, not a requirement for class. He begins by reviewing the syllabus, claiming he has an excellent memory and can be taught. GH's Trina clashes with Taylor in her apartment. Aiden picks up his mother at the hospital. She wants to talk with him about Lucky. They sit down, and she warns him that he may leave again. I understand, Mama. I kind of expected it. Lucky will undoubtedly return to Africa. The good news is that he is still alive and working to make things better. Elizabeth is astounded at how sweet and understanding their son is. Lucky is reading the news at Bobby's when Brennan sneaks in behind him, introducing himself as the man who saved your life. He describes how he helped with Lucky's extraction using the WSB. They exchange awkward niceties, and Lucky says he has till he finishes his coffee before Brennan tells him what he wants. Jack confesses he's impressed with Lucky's work. He also has a job waiting for him in the same place. He needs someone to gather information, and he'd be highly rewarded. Lucky claims he's not in it for the money, and working with the WSB always comes with conditions. GH's Brennan smiles cockily as he speaks to Lucky in Bobby's. A portion of the job will be assisting refugees, and Lucky and the WSB will have similar goals. If he wants the job, he can take a flight within the next 24 hours. Liz enters and locks eyes with Lucky. Drew is preparing for the burial at the mansion when the kids enter, and Scout demands to know what happened to his face. Drew tells them that he is fine, just embarrassed that he walked into a door. He tells Scout he's fine. She is concerned that he will betray his commitment to always be by his side, just like his mother did. He reassures her that Mama loves her, then inquires about the flowers she gathered from Lila's garden for her mother. Nina arrives and asks if Drew is well, then promises to try to make his bruises seem better. Unfortunately, the youngsters did not spot it in time. GH's Nina applies cosmetics to Drew's wounded face in the living room. Nina discovers Drew isn't bringing charges, determined not to separate Jason from his children. She's unhappy because Jason overreacted to a kiss. Unless Drew is hiding something else. He tells her, nothing. And he would prefer get through the day than file charges. Danny needs him, and Nina needs to let go. Sam basically implored the brothers to prioritize the kids over anything else. He will not let her down. Danny and Rocco return downstairs, neither believing Drew's story. But just now, all that matters is Scout's well-being. Danny goes to the burial to lay Scout's flowers and drawing on the casket, and Rocco pledges that no matter what, they are brothers. In the kitchen, Dante is looking at photos of the family and Sam and isn't having it when Cody tries to cheer him up by saying he has a wonderful family. Despite Sam's absence, the friendship remains. Cody admits that when he first arrived in town, he was and continues to be in awe of Dante and Sam. Dante isn't sure if he will ever feel anything other than grief. GH's Cody glances at a melancholy Dante while they converse in the kitchen. Cody tells him that he will not always feel this way, he only needs to give himself and the kids time. Eventually, it will be about recalling the happy times. He mentions the day Sam lost it on the softball ump, and Olivia steps in to support him. Dante smiles slightly as he recalls the narrative and ends it with Olivia. But then Cody adds something about Sam always coming out of terrible situations, and Dante drops again. He exits to check on the kids, and Olivia reassures Cody that he done nothing wrong. Dante is going to need him. Cody agrees to do whatever he can. As Alexis attempts to put on a bracelet, Christina and Molly enter, only for their mother to inform them she doesn't think she'll make it through the day. Molly proceeds to mend the bracelet while Alexis informs Christina that it is the last gift Sam gave her and she must wear it today. Molly returns as Christina remarks that it feels like just yesterday they were burying Adela. GH's Alexis and Christina converse on the couch while Molly goes into the kitchen in the background. Molly hands her mother the repaired bracelet, then uncomfortably tells them she has to get some air. Outside, Rick is waiting for her, and they hug. He gives her a belated birthday present, tickets to 12 Angry Men. She says they will go together. TJ arrives shortly after they hug. Inside, Christina claims she did not intend for Molly to hear her. They've been doing well lately, and Alexis regrets forgetting her daughter's birthday. Then she sees Rick outside and becomes much more unhappy. She rushes out to apologize to Molly for forgetting her birthday, thanks TJ for being there, and rants at her ex as Molly and TJ go inside to summon the minister. He reminds her that Molly is at the bottom of her priority list, and Alexis tells him to leave her property. Rick departs with a couple more nasty remarks. As Molly smiles as she opens an envelope with Rick outside Alexis' house. Inside, TJ apologizes for missing Molly's birthday and promises to do everything he can to help her. Just you being here is all I need today, she grumbles. Christina approaches, and before she can say anything, the sisters hug. In the show's concluding seconds, Taylor pledges he will never quit. He invites her to a game to see that, perhaps she just needs to give football a chance. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.